I still remember the day that made me fear the water. I used to didn't want to think and talk about the day, but I don't really feel fear of it now. In the early spring of 2010, 14 students, including me and some teachers from my elementary school, went to the beach on the east coast of Korea. We went because we only had 1 week left until the rafting competition. I gained water phobia because of the incident that happened on that day. On the bus, we were very happy and excited to go to the beach without our parents. It was rare for us to go somewhere without the presence of our parents. Since we woke up early for preparation, we were tired, but no one stopped chatting. I could notice that my mate's heart was fluttering with joy. The bus was full of excitement. It felt like the pleasant mood wouldn't go away. My friends and I didn't know what would happen when we got there. The hell gate was opening. When we arrived, the instructors were waiting for us. They looked stubborn and strict. All of a sudden, everyone froze only by looking at them. I was nervous. However, the view of the beach and accommodation were enough to take my sight away from the instructors. Suddenly, the instructor told us to get changed in 1 minute. 1 minute. However, it was very hard to get change in 1 minute for elementary school students. Of course, we took more than 1 minute. There was a consequence for taking more than 1 minute to get changed. Everyone got punished. The punishment was to sit down and get up repeatedly. Push-ups were also required in addition. After the punishment, we were asked to go to the beach. We had to stand in two lines. The instructors walked through us. They yelled at us to do warm-ups. We ran 1 kilometer on the sand. The sand went into my socks. It was disturbing. I thank God that the weather was not that sunny. Even though it was tiring, I was excited to experience something new, so it wasn't that hard for me. Then the instructor told us to hold a boat. The boat was as heavy as an elephant. I thought the instructors and the teachers were crazy. My hands were shaking. How could they make elementary students hold a boat? The wind and the water were cold as ice, and the waves were very high. I got goosebumps. We moaned at the first time. How can we go into the water? And they said, it's easy, just go in. If you guys are not going in, you have to stay here and run for roots more. Does anyone wish to stay? No one? Then go in. The funny part was that my friends and I looked at each other and sighed at the same time. The instructors forced us to go into the water. Keep going in, don't try to stop, they yelled. The first group was on the boat while we were running, and next group, and so on. Then lastly, our group was on the boat. My heart was beating at a fast pace. One group formed with 2 students. The boat could only fit 12 people with 6 people on each row. I was in the last group because I was a handler. We held the boat and we ran into the water. The water was so cold that we really wanted to stop paddling, but the evil said, don't stop, keep going, keep paddling. So we endured. We sailed to the middle of the sea. It was okay at the first, but the problem was the next. While we were sailing back to the shore, the waves fluctuated hardly, but my friends and I couldn't stop paddling. The instructors warned us that if we stopped paddling, the boat would flip over and all of us would drown. Also, the instructors kept staring at us in a very unkind way. They were very creepy and scary. Instructors kept bothering us to keep going even though the waves were very high. When we were about to reach the shore, the first girl went off the boat and the next. There was only one group left to go, and that was my group. It was the time almost about to reach the shore. Unfortunately, a wave hit our boat and the boat flipped over. The boat turned upside down. I thought I was going to die. My brain was not functioning. It went blank. The boat flipped over and we slid to the sand. Well, actually, I slid to the sand. I got injured. Scars were all over my body. Only on my body. I didn't understand why I was the only person who got injured. Because I definitely knew that my body and I were on the boat. So I asked my friend, "You didn't get hurt?" And she said,
No, I jumped off before the boat flipped over.
I got really angry. Why? Why was I the only person who got injured? Why? It was unfair. But still I couldn't turn the time back. I really wished to turn the time back, so we kept practicing. When we finished our practice, I got very tired and exhausted. I didn't want to be on the competition. I just wanted to give up. But the time I spent for the competition was wasted. We still had to compete. I went back home and cried. My mom didn't understand why I was crying. She asked me why I was crying, but I could not answer. On the competition day, I really got frustrated. The competition was not held on the beach. It was held in the river. The river was so much gentle. Since that day, I hated our teachers and instructors. But except for me, everyone else thought they did well and fantastic because our team got the first place. Since that day, I gained water phobia. I was able to go into the water until that day before I almost drowned. From that day, I couldn't go into the deep water where I can't reach my feet. People didn't know how much I was afraid. I tried to go into the water during the summer of 2012 in New Zealand. It was my friend's Lara's birthday. In New Zealand, people must go to the beach every summer, and if your birthday is on during summer, you will have birthday party on the beach or must go to the beach. Lara knew I had water phobia. She was trying to cure my phobia, and she didn't tell me what we'll do on her birthday. On her birthday, she made me go into the water. I thought I recovered it because I was able to walk into the water. I was surprised myself. But when I reached to the deep part of where I couldn't touch the ground, I couldn't breathe properly. So they pulled me out to the shore and said, "Stay here and tan yourself." Well, I can take a shower, drink water obviously, and go to spa. But when I go into the deep water like swimming pools or sea where I can't reach the ground, I can't breathe. When I dip my head inside the water, it turns to black and it feels like something will attack me. Also, on the TV channel that goes into the deep water such as drama, if someone drowns, I can't breathe and I keep hitting my chest because it feels so stuffy. I think that is one of the reasons I don't eat fish. Now I really want to go into the water, but I'm afraid that I will drown again and not be able to breathe.